Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to solve two problems for one of my viewers who is facing them while working with Rails 7. And the two problems are that deleting records is not working in Rails 7 using link to tag, and the drop down button is not working with Bootstrap 5 and Rails 7. So, just to solve these problems, let's first create a new Rails application. However, if you wish, you can do the same thing in any existing Rails application, but just to explain this in better way, I'm using a Rails app from scratch, but this solution is totally working in an existing Rails 7 application as well. So let's generate a new Rails application and set up a root page in that. So here I am on the terminal and I am generating a new Rails application, Rails new query app. I'm just naming it as query app because this is the query raised by one of my viewers. So I'm just naming this application as query app. Now let's hit the enter, and this will generate a proper Rails directory structure and create a new Rails application from scratch for you. Okay, and once this application gets generated, let's switch into the project directory, cd query app, and now let's generate a home controller to set up the default root page for our application. So Rails d controller, and then home, and the action name is index. Okay, this will generate a Rails controller. Now open your project in any text editor. So I'm using Sublime here. Okay, and now go to the config routes page and set this application as root. Okay, now let's save it as root page. Okay, now open your gem file and add css bundling gem to add Bootstrap. So first, let's add the CSS bundling gem into your gem file. So open it, and at the bottom of the file, just write gem CSS bundling Rails. Okay, now save it and run the bundle install in terminal. Run bundle install. Okay, and when you run the bundle install, this gem is logged into your project directory. And now run the command Rails CSS install Bootstrap. Okay. So when you run this command, this will add Bootstrap 5 into your application and remove the application.css and replace it by application.bootstrap.scss, and the application.css will be added into your app assets builds folder. Okay. Now, since our we have installed Bootstrap, now it's time to add header into application just to check that whether the Bootstrap dropdown is working or not. So let's create a file into Sublime. Go to the app views and create a shared folder in it. Okay, and in shared folder, now create a file and name it as header.html.trb. Okay, and here we have saved our header partial. Now go to the browser and open getbootstrap.com to just copy a navigation bar and paste it into the header file. Okay, so open getbootstrap.com. Now go click on the get started, go to the component section, and from component section, just go to the navbar, and from the navbar you can copy the first navigation bar. Just copy it and just paste it here, and just save it and go open your application.html.trb from layouts, and in that file just render this partial. Let's say render shared and header, and now save this file. And once you save this file, let's start the terminal. Let's start a Rails server, and once the application has been started, now open your localhost 3000 page, and here you can see that we have a navigation bar added into our application, and you can see the Bootstrap style there. But when you click on the drop down, you can see that it is not working and it is showing the hash icon here. Now just to working with this drop down, we need to pin the Bootstrap component into our config.importmap.rb. So you can do it like let's open the new terminal tab, and here you can do it like bin import map and then pin bootstrap. This will add popper.js and bootstrap into your config import map.rb, and which you can find in here. Let's open it. Import map.rb. Sorry, I opened the wrong file. Go to the config, and here you can find import map.rb. So here you can see that bootstrap and popper.js with cdn has been added into your import map.rb, and now your solution will work. So since we added it into configuration, so let's start restart your server. And now your drop down in the navigation bar will work. So refresh the page, and when you click on the drop down, you can see that drop down is working here. Okay, now drop down is working, and we will switch on the creating a resource in our application, and with that resource we will try to delete a record using link to tag. Okay, so let's come to the terminal and generate a resource using scaffold. So here I'm generating a scaffold, rails g scaffold user, and add some attributes in it like name, email, contact, and address. Okay, and just generate this, and else the command rails db migrate. Sorry, the command is wrong. Rails db migrate, and as soon as you run this command, you can see that a migration has been run, and the table for users model, a user model, is added into your schema.rb. Now open the browser and go to the users index page. Okay, at the users index page you can see a link to create a new user. So create a new user. Let's say name Ravi Singh, email ravi@example.com, and contact some contact number and address, let's say Indore, India, and save it. Okay, so our user has been created. Go back to the users and create a new user. Let's say Alex Stephen, Alex Steve, alex@example.com. Provide some contact number and address, let's say US. Let's keep it US only, not US India. Okay, so now we have two users. Okay, let's create one more user. Let's say Chetan Singh, chetan@example.com, contact number and address Indore, India, and save this user. Okay, so now we have three users. Okay, and you can see that three users are rendering into using some templates here. Now when we will try to delete a user, so here you can see, if I go to show this user, you can see that there are two links: edit this user, back to users, and destroy this user. So this destroy this user is not a link, it's a button rather. Let's see it in Sublime. When you click on the users folder in app views directory, and you switch to the show.html.trb, and here you can see that button to destroy this user, and method is delete. Now if you try to destroy this button, destroy this user using the button, it will work. The user has been deleted successfully. Okay, but if I change this link to from button to link to tag, and save this user, and just keep it the same, and just add a data confirm. Let's say data confirm, are you sure, and save it, and reload the page. Now reload this page, go to the show this user, and here you can see the destroy this user link. And when you click on this link, you will see that this is going to the show page of the user. Let's open it. Okay, okay, make some space at the terminal, and now if you click on this destroy this user link, you can see that request is coming to the user's controller show as html. Even if we have write method delete and data confirm into our link to tag, but this link is not work as the destroy link. Okay, it is working as a get request, and redirecting the request is going to the show action of users controller. Okay. And since Rails 7 by default use hotwire turbo, but as I studied and experienced about the Rails 7 so far, and I concluded that hotwire turbo is good for working with single page application, and it works well because it makes server side rendering very fast, and you can work with Rails applications as a single page application using turbo hotwire. But with lot of redirections, this approach will not work as smoothly. However, I might be wrong here. So once I become more familiar with the turbo hotwire, I will prepare a video on that too. But for now, let's depend on the older Rails UJS approach. So when I add Rails UJS to get this work, this delete link, a link to tag started working as delete request. Okay. So to add the Rails UJS, what we need to do, that we need to pin that UJS into our import map.rb. So here you can do the same thing. Let's say bin import map pin and at the rate rails slash UJS. Okay. Oh, sorry. Type it by pin. Let's make it pin. Here you can see the Rails UJS has been added to our import map.rb, and you can confirm here. Open the import map.rb, and here you can see the Rails UJS has been pinned into your import map. Now we need to make some changes into app javascript application.js. So open the application.js from app javascript folder, and here you need to import the Rails UJS. Import Rails from at the rate Rails UJS. Okay. Save it, and just do one more thing, rails dot start, and save it as well. And now restart your server. Go to the terminal, shut down the server, and restart it again. And now if you try to delete this user, let's reload this. And now if you click on destroy this user, you can see you are seeing the data confirmation block here, and when you click on OK, you can see that this user has been deleted and you are redirecting on the show page. Okay. Now when you click on this user, and you can again click on the destroy this user link, and when you click on this, the confirmation dialog will open again, and you can uh, click on OK, and you can see that the user has been deleted now. So the request is still coming as turbo stream, but we are getting users deleted from our database. So this is possible with importing Rails UJS into your config.rb. Okay. So here we saw that how to get navigation bar drop down working, Bootstrap navigation bar drop down working, and how to get link to tag working as a delete request. But we are not done yet. Let's convert the index template of users into a tabular form, and add the links of edit view delete into a table row inside the drop down button. So open your Sublime folder, and just change the format of index, remove the existing code from here, and here you can see here you can write a table class table table bordered. And now let's make a t head tag here. Into this t head tag, make a tr, and in this tr, let's say table headings, and paste this 5 times, and write name, email, contact, and address. And here let's make it actions. Okay. And after this t head, let's make a tr tag, sorry, t body tag. And in this t body, let's reuse this code, and the do block, And in this block, let's add a tr, and in this tr we will add the dynamic values of the user attributes. Let's say, sorry, make the td first. So just copy this and paste it 5 times. And in this first td, let's add user dot name, user dot email, and right here user dot contact, and right here user dot address. And here we will add the drop down element. So just go to the Bootstrap site and click on the drop down, copy these drop downs, and just copy the first drop down button. Here you can see this is working, and now just copy this and let's save it. And here at the drop down place you can write actions, and just remove this link, add a link to tag here, link to view user class drop down item, and just remove this link. And just copy this li and just make the relative changes for edit and destroy link. Uh, just remove these html lis only html only lis, and make edit link here, edit user path, just pass the user object here. Okay, and create one more link here. Here let's write destroy, and just make method delete and data confirm, data confirm, are you sure, and save it. Now remove rest of the user code from here because we don't need that. And when you refresh your users index now, you will see some tabular form. Oh, there is some error. Let's see what happened. Okay, we just saved this. Let's see where the error is. Okay, there is no comma after the data confirmation. Now save it and reload the page. Here you can see that a blank table is representing now. Now let's click on the user and create a new user. Ravi Singh, Ravi at the rate example.com, contact number and India, and create user. Now back to users and click on new user. Let's say Alex Smith, Alex at the rate example.com, and provide some contact number here and address. Let's say US, and save it. Okay, now just remove this destroy link from the show page now, because we don't need, because we added that link into the index page. So let's save this and now reload the page. So here you can see that destroy link has been added, removed. But now when you click on this action, you will see that this drop down button is not working. However, the drop down in the navigation bar is still working, but the drop down into the index section is not working here. Okay, or in the table is not working. And when you refresh the page, and let's refresh the page and open the inspect the elements. So far there is no error in the consoles, but when you click on a drop down button, you will see an error that uncaught reference error, process is not defined. And this is just due to this. Go to your import map.rb, and this is just due to this incompatibility of this popper and bootstrap modules or bootstrap cdns. Okay, so but we will replace this cdn with bundled url. Okay, bundled cdn. So let's open your getbootstrap.com. Okay, and click on the home page. Okay, and here you can see, let's open the get started. Here you can see that there is a bundled link. Okay, so now just copy this script and remove this popper line. Let's wrap the word first. Now remove this, and in place of this just paste this line. Okay, now we are using the bundled bootstrap and popper js in a single url. So save it and restart your server, because we make the changes into the import map.rb. So go to the server and click on this. So when you restart your server and refresh your page, you will see that our drop down will work here. Now refresh the page, and when you click on the action, you can see that drop down is working. So this is how you can get your navigation bar drop down working, and our navigation drop down working too. Okay, so this is clear that how you can delete your records using link to tag as a delete request using rails uses the older style, but is still useful because sometimes it does not require that you have to build a single page application, but you want to redirect on a specific page after deleting a record. uh, I will also try to find that way with turbo as well, but so far I did not able to get that. But in this video we saw that how we can delete records using link to tag and with rails users, and we also see that how to get drop down button working just by using the bundled popper js and bootstrap js cdn. Okay, so this will save you a lot of time. So please watch this video completely and try to do this in your either in your existing rails application, or you can try this with your new rails application as well. Okay, and then the problem arise only just because the version of the proper and bootstrap are not matched with the pinned cdns. Okay, so let's try to use the bootstrap as bundle resource. Okay, now in this lecture we solved both the problems that we discussed initially, that we are able to delete records now using link to tag without using turbo hotwire, and we are using only older rails users form rails users styles, and working with bootstrap drop down button. So both has been solved, and that's all from this lecture. If you are facing any issue while following this video, let me know through the comments. I will be glad to help you. So thanks for watching this, and let's meet into another lecture with something more exciting. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.